When do you think AMD's or Nvidia? Do you think Nvidia's going to release a GTX 790?
I'm not really sure because I mean their 790 really is their Titan, so
I think the 780 Ti is the Titan killer now.
yeah. Well, that came out and it's supposed to be better, isn't it? So
Yeah. I love how AMD tried to make their 290X the Titan killer. I mean, it's better in some applications, but it's like, yeah, overclocking's great on it, but the Titan still beats it. I think the 780 Ti beats it as well. But for that price point, it's a really good card, so.
yeah. Well, when it comes to graphics cards, you have to choose which company you want to go with, either AMD or Nvidia, and your only choice really is between what games you play. So. Like if you use games
For
a
like,
lot that play with the physics, like say Batman or something like that, then you want to be going with the Nvidia cards.
and Nvidia's really good because they've got a whole bunch of software you can edit the cards. I don't know much about AMD, but
Mm, no.
I'm pretty sure they've got software like GeForce Experience and stuff. Like I'm live streaming this through GeForce Experience,
Yeah.
which is a really neat feature.
Which is actually in beta at the moment.
Yeah, but still,
So.
I think
Which.
that I think and sorry,
Go on.
I think Nvidia has to release audio like more tracks on audio. Like say with their recording, I mean they've only got it's all combined into one track. I think they should have like you've got Escape on one track, the game on one, another TeamSpeak if you have that all that. So if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's probably like something they'll integrate in like the near future or something, because then you'll be able to have the ability to turn off one thing and or turn it on, and
Yeah.
because I can see that being useful. But I'll tell you what, there is. I don't know. I have not been able to find anyway. But as my knowledge, there is not this program that I want. What I want is to be able to have the ability to, when I use both of my monitors, my TV and my other TV, which sounds silly, but hey, when I use both of them at the same time, I want to be able to use it so then I can choose which programs go to which device to play the audio through. Say, for example, if I'm watching YouTube on my smaller TV and I'm playing my game on my big TV, I want the YouTube to come out the small one, and I want to have the game through the big one.
Yeah. So
You
it's
can't
like
do that.
I guess the only thing you can do is every time you want to view something like say you wanted to watch a YouTube video on your say your left monitor, you would have to go into freaking audio and play it through that.
Yeah, but even then you can't really do it too great because you have to set it as your like default device. Like say for example Windows Media Player, you can set that to whichever device to come through. So I can set that to my headphones, which is great, and then I can have my games come through my TV, which is fantastic. I can split the two between where I want. But when I go on the internet browser just goes through the default, and it's like Google Chrome doesn't offer you this, Internet Explorer doesn't offer you this, Firefox doesn't, as far as I know. So it's like you can't just
Well, I
download like an
guess
internet browser that will just go to one device that you want it to go to. That's not your default.
I guess you could have like if I'm pretty sure if you can have it in Windows Media Player, like a like Flash Player and all that could integrate it, but I think it'd be pretty difficult.
To be honest with thinking about it, I've just thought that you could possibly, like if you can change the setting in Real Player, you could use that because that has its own inbuilt internet browser. So I guess you could change the settings on Real Player so then it came through like your headphones, which is not your default one, and then you could go on the internet browser on there and then use YouTube through that, I guess. But again, I don't know because I haven't used Real Player in a while. Should probably have a look.
I think if you get like a sound card, you can do that.
I don't know,
I'm
maybe.
pretty I don't know 'cause sound cards are pretty useless. I mean, like seriously, you'll get the same audio like no matter what. So
Yeah, it's
sound
like
cards, yeah,
it's like most motherboards nowadays. If you get a high-end one, like the
it
Corsair,
doesn't really
not
matter.
Corsair,
Yeah,
the Asus Crossfire, let's say Asus Crossfire Vengeance 4, the sound card that's actually inbuilt on the motherboard is pretty much top spec, so there's not really any point in getting a separate external one because it's already there. So it's like, what's the point? It's like if you have a motherboard, like I don't think it exists, but like say you had a motherboard with a 770 on the actual motherboard, what would be the point in going out and buying another 770? Because you just
I guess if
not
you wanted
using
to
it.
SLI or crossfire them, but you can't
Well,
crossfire
you
video
can't do that
sound
within
cards.
no, but you can't do it with inbuilt graphics. So, like, say if I had whatever graphics I've got on board on my motherboard, if I had that in a
No,
external,
and
you can't SLI
and
them both. It'll just instantly not use the one on the
no, no,
board.
no, no, no. See with some of AMD's APUs, like the graphics on the chipset.
Mm-hmm.
There's see the 600 series cards, some of or well, there's 6000 series cards. You can SLI them with AMD 6000 series cards.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is the one that are integrated on the
Uh,
actual motherboard, you can't do anything with because as soon as you plug in an external one, then it turns off. So, because it just bypasses it. That's the idea of having an external one, is because it bypasses the one that's on the motherboard. So therefore, you could never do anything with it. So that's what I'm getting at. It's like, you know, you've already got something that's on your motherboard. Why buy the same thing? You're going to buy something better, which, you know, pretty much is sound cards. You're not going to get much
Useless.
better because the price you'll have to pay would be a lot. Like, there's probably some people that are like,
And
oh,
plus
well, I
you'd
get
have
one
to
for
have,
studio. And it's like, well,
like,
maybe then, but it's like not all of us are
and
here
if
listening for studio quality, so.
I'm pretty sure if you're gonna get studio quality, you're probably gonna want a Mac for all the editing software.
Well,
I really
again,
hate saying that, but
like, times have changed in the past couple of years. You can get stuff nowadays that will pretty much be exactly the same as what you can get on a Mac. Go back a few years, and yeah, a Mac would have been definitely preferred to do video editing and sound editing and animations and whatnot. But nowadays, you can get software for Windows that does exactly the same job for like less or the same price, or for a little bit more. Which, to be honest with you, compared to the price of a Mac, it saves you in the long run.
I guess.
So I mean, like for example, Photoshop. I mean, I know that's been on Windows for a long time, but I mean, Photoshop. You know, you can get the exact same what's on Windows is on Mac. So like, if you get a Mac, you get an extra like 17 features or something, or if you get a Windows, you get an extra feature or something. And to be fair, if you get the right hardware when you build your computer, you can actually have like a virtual machine program installed on your computer and then have a Mac inside of your Windows, just like you can have a Windows on a Mac.
So like a Hackintosh sort of thing.
Kind of idea, yeah. You can either have it as a virtual machine or you can actually have it like a Hackintosh. So you could have it like as a second OS, so you could boot between the two.
Yeah.
So then
How
when like
do
you
some
start
people
up,
obtain the Well, I'm wondering is how do people obtain the OS? Does it come on a disc or?
you can buy it on Amazon for a disc, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's got a hefty price, yeah. A
I was thinking that.
couple £100 a go, but I don't really know what I'm doing with Mac because I just don't use it at all. But you can buy the OS X Snow Leopard. I don't know if this is like an upgrade or something. I'm pretty sure it's just an upgrade. But that's $29.95, so that's not a bad
Oh my
price.
god.
But I'm pretty sure that is just an update. You have to have like Leopard or not Leopard, a Jaguar or something like that, which is like the £300, and then you can have this which upgrades it and whatnot. I'm not quite sure how
So
it works.
basically, it's like it. I don't know if this is true or not. If there's any Mac fans in the stream, but so what I'm gathering is you buy a £300 or like, I don't know, say $500 disc. So then you spend another £30 or say like $50 on an update disc so that you can't download. I'm pretty sure you might be able to download it, but it might cost. I don't know.
You can get it from Apple's iTunes.
So it is going to cost.
I've just found the OS X Leopard, just normal Leopard. The retail disc you can buy it new for £250.
Oh Jesus.
So, like I say, I have no idea. I would assume that you would need to buy the Leopard to be able to have the Snow Leopard.
I think some people would do is they would get the install disc off of eBay and then I don't know, pirate a code or something. I think that's what some people might do.
Well, yeah, that's guaranteed. There's some people that would do that.
Because I think of the price difference. I mean, the install disc wouldn't cost much. I think you're paying for the code. I mean, I don't know a lot about OS, Mac OS, so. Kind of topics, but. Oh my god.
I'm not quite sure
Um,
So, but like I say, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I could be very wrong, and this £29.95, OS might be the legit full version of Mac OS X, which, to be honest with you, sounds like a great deal, even for anybody who's never used Macs, like say, for example, someone like me. So then they could have it as their like second OS, just to play with, because that's like nothing to play with, like a top end one. But my assumption would be that you would go ahead and buy the OS X Leopard, which is, expensive, and then like you would have to then upgrade, because I think you need like a main version, like it's like a leopard or cheetah or tiger or whatever they're all called. They're all like animals. So, but I don't know. I mean, I'm on Amazon's page right now, and the OSS X even Leopard, which is £250, says it's got a newer version, which then takes me back to the Snow Leopard, which is only £29. So I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, you could just be able to buy this and just go straight off it. And if you can, then it's one up to them, because obviously Windows 7 still now, for the normal full 2-disc version, is to about £120 just for the Home Premium. Which is their cheapest, well, not their cheapest, but their almost cheapest version.
or cheapest version of Windows 7 anyway.
Well, no, because you can get Windows Starter.
Oh.
But that one basically comes with nothing. You can't even change your desktop picture, so...
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, because... Well, actually, you can, but the only way to do it is by going into the directory and changing it through the directory, resetting your laptop or computer, and then it comes on as that permanently. You can't, like, just go, I'll set this as this desktop picture, and then it does it.
That must be very cheap.
So, I don't even think it's very cheap, to be honest with you. It comes with, like, when Windows 7 first came out, all small laptops came with Windows Starter. There was very few that came with
I have, never wanted enabled, bro. Jesus. Just want to explore different areas.
So, because I know a couple of people who had it, and I had to do some stuff for them, like editing for them, so they could actually use stuff. Like, it's funny, because you go into, like, control panel and you view all items, and it's probably got, like, 10 items, compared to, like, Windows that I've got here, the full version, which has got, like, 35, 60, nearly, something like that. It's got a whole bunch. And it was just unbelievable just seeing how many there was. I was like, flipping heck. It's like they've all been turned off. I was like, surely this isn't like part of Windows. This is something to do with like the person who's like got the laptop. Like say it's something to do with the manufacturer, like Dell or something. And I've done it on a couple of laptops. I was like, nope, this is definitely something that comes with Windows Starter. It's like if you want the rest of the features, you have to upgrade to one of their quote proper OS. So
Try to think of something.
Here's a fun fact for you. Viruses that kill your computer on Windows and whatnot are 9 times out of 10 made out of Linux. Or Ubuntu, or a Linux operating system. So if you're getting attacked by a virus, like a Trojan or something like that, chances are it's probably been made on a Linux system.
How is it like Linux got no restrictions or anything?
No, it's just because it's open source, so you can do way more editing and stuff like that with it, so... If you wanted to, you can actually just download like something like Linux, any type of Linux, and you can edit it so much. Like you could make it into your own OS and use that as the base. So you could make it look. There are some OSs like where people have changed Ubuntu and stuff like that to look identical to Windows 7 and to work identically.
Must have taken a long time.
You just have to know what you're doing with the code and whatnot, because as soon as you get into it, you can
Hello?
change it. So.
Yes, this is program.